In this family, you no longer matter. My dad said it. Those words felt like a knife twisting in my chest. But instead of begging for love I wasn't getting, I did something they never saw coming, and it changed everything. If you've ever been ignored, disrespected, or made to feel like you don't belong, hit that like button and subscribe. Today you're going to hear a story about silent strength, self-respect, and a revenge that's as satisfying as it is deserved. I grew up thinking family was unconditional. The house I lived in smelled like old wood polish and Sunday dinners. My dad, a man I always respected, had a temper I learned to tiptoe around. My mom tried to shield me, but even she couldn't stop the subtle cruelty. The turning point came one ordinary evening. I had just returned from college, excited to share a small success, my first freelance project that paid more than I expected. I walked into the living room, brimming with pride, only to hear him say, cold as ice, "In this family, you no longer matter." Silence followed. My mom looked away. My siblings smirked. And just like that I realized, love without respect isn't love at all. It's control. My chest felt tight. My hands shook. Every laugh, every word of advice he had ever given me suddenly seemed like a weapon, carefully aimed at keeping me small. Over the next months, life didn't improve. I was excluded from family decisions, ignored in conversations, and treated like a ghost in my own home. Invitations to gatherings, advice, even simple affection, everything disappeared. Every insult was wrapped in polite phrasing, every exclusion justified as family norms. The betrayal ate at me. I tried speaking up, pleading for fairness, for acknowledgement. But nothing worked. My dad laughed, my siblings mocked, my mother avoided the fight. I remember thinking, am I really invisible? Have they truly written me out? One night, alone in my room, I realized something crucial. I didn't need their validation. I had spent years bending, apologizing, shrinking, but their recognition was never coming. And in that quiet moment, I felt something I hadn't felt in a long time: control. Not over them, but over myself. I decided then, if they treated me like I didn't matter, I'd show them that my life didn't revolve around them anymore. I started redirecting my time, investing in my career, my friends, my hobbies. I poured energy into things that made me feel alive, not small. I stopped responding to every jab, every slight. Silence became my weapon. At first, it wasn't dramatic. It was subtle, almost invisible. I became the person my dad could no longer ignore, not because I was fighting him, but because I was flourishing without his permission. Promotions came. Projects I thought were impossible became reality. My bank account grew, my confidence soared. And slowly, the family that had dismissed me began noticing, but not in the way they expected. Invitations started trickling in, not because they valued me, but because they were curious. My dad's tone shifted. My siblings whispered. They hadn't anticipated that the quiet, obedient child they tried to erase would emerge as a self-assured, successful adult. "Dad, we didn't know you'd." "Me, you didn't think I'd matter, remember? Turns out, I never needed your approval to succeed." His face went pale. That's when it hit me. Revenge doesn't always need anger. Sometimes, living well is the most powerful payback. I could feel the tension in the room, the heavy disbelief, the regret simmering behind their eyes. And I felt free. Finally free. The pinnacle came months later at a family event. Everyone was there, making small talk. I entered, radiating confidence, dressed for success. People stared. I smiled politely, not arrogantly. Dad tried to assert control, as if the old words still had power. But I had already taken it back. His authority had dissolved the moment I stopped seeking it. That day I wasn't just seen, I was respected. And they knew it.
No shouting, no confrontation.
Just silent triumph. Sometimes, revenge isn't about humiliation or payback in the traditional sense. It's about reclaiming your power, protecting your peace, and showing that your value isn't determined by someone else's approval. If this story gave you chills, hit that like button and share in the comments. Have you ever been written out or underestimated, and how did you reclaim your power? Don't forget to subscribe for more stories where justice, karma, and clever revenge take center stage. If you love dramatic storytelling, powerful comebacks, and those unforgettable they regretted everything moments, you're in the right place. New revenge stories are uploaded regularly, so subscribe and join us for the next story where patience wins, and karma hits hard. Turn on notifications so you never miss the next satisfying revenge.